This is the Wonderfitter M17, a haptic pistol with real motorized recoil, and it genuinely might be the best gun feel I've ever had in VR. But before you go smash that buy button, there are a few, and I mean a few catches. So, full transparency, Wonderfitter sponsored this video and sent me the M17. That does not buy a good score though. I am going to show you exactly where this thing shines and exactly where it falls on its face, because that is the only kind of review that is worth your time. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the verdict on this one ended up being way more complicated than I initially expected. Stick around, because whether you should buy it really depends on how you plan to use it. Quick rundown for anyone new to these. The M17 is a smart pistol controller. The whole pitch is real motorized recoil, what Wonderfitter calls the dynamic recoil engine, plus a real trigger, a movable magazine, and a slide you can actually rack. It connects over a Bluetooth 5.0, and the big selling point is that it works in 3 modes: on your phone, on your TV or projector, and in VR. For this video, we're going to focus on the VR side because I am a VR YouTuber, and it does pair with standalone Quest and Steam VR. And that Steam VR part is what I care about most because I'm a PC VR guy, respectfully. And honestly, that's where I spent basically all my time with it. Okay, let's talk haptics. This is the heart of any gun controller, so let me be specific. The recoil on this gun feels amazing. There's no delay. You pull it, it kicks instantly. Not 2-second delay or a 10-millisecond delay. It is a sharp, snappy click, not some mushy little buzz like a lot of haptic accessories give you. It actually feels like an actual slide cycling. And the weight is magnifique. It sits in your hand like a real pistol should, balanced, substantial, and not a hollow plastic toy. The trigger tension is also really dialed in, just the right amount of resistance, so every shot feels deliberate and on purpose. I'm gonna say this plainly. This is the best feeling haptic gun that your boy has ever used. Racking the slide, swapping the mag, the snap of the recoil, all of it sells the fantasy the second you pick it up. And honestly, that's why the software side is just so frustrating, because the hardware is right there, but it's not perfect. So here's the friction, and you need to hear this before you buy it. On PC VR, this is not always plug and play. A couple of things I ran into across different games is that firstly, some games need you to manually bind the M17 to your controller inputs inside the Steam VR settings before they even play nice. Now, this isn't hard if you know how to use Steam VR, but a lot of people are just not gonna really like that. Second, in some games, the controller offset was way off out of the box. Now, this isn't Wonderfitter's fault because every game is different with how they set up the pistol and stuff like that, but the gun was pointing in a different direction than where I was aiming in game, and that's pretty bad. So I had to go in and adjust it in Steam VR or in the game to get it fixable. So it's not really a thing you can't fix most of the time, but you gotta be a little fiddly. And keep that word in your head, fiddly, because that is the theme of the Wonderfitter M17 PC VR experience. When you get it dialed in, it's incredible, but getting it dialed in is the problem. All right, let me walk you through the actual games because the experience wildly depends on what you're playing. Pistol whip, this is the one right here. This is what the M17 was born for. I tried it for the first time ever with this gun, and it was perfect. I didn't realize the game was that fun, I'll be honest with you guys. The fast draw, the rhythm, the recoil snapping on every beat, it just clicks, and it clicks very well. And I literally wore my finger out and had to switch hands at certain points because I was just doing so much shooting. Oh, switching hands. Ugh. Oh my God, I had to switch hands, dude. Like you get tired. Your arm gets tired, dude. If you only ever played pistol whip with this, you might feel like you got your money's worth. It's just incredible. Like, watch this work I put in. Let's get it. Oh, lost back in a little bit. Ooh. Ooh. Now the music might be copyrighted, so I don't know. We'll see how that works. It might be just me breathing or something like that. Just watch out. Half-Life Alyx. Aiming felt great. The precision was there, but getting around the game was rough because you only have one controller, really. And there's just not enough buttons on the gun to cover everything that Alyx asked you to do. I couldn't even switch guns, which was rough, so I couldn't even play the game. So the shooting is a joy, but the rest of the game fights you. Now, gunman contracts, the John Wick mod felt really great. Like it felt like it kind of was meant for the M17, but that's a mod. It's not the full game. But yeah, I don't know. Either way, I felt like John Wick, so I had some fun.
Stop. Back CIP. Contact.
Oh, this is good. So basically, when I put the mag in, I have to make sure it hits like the bottom of my hand. It's interesting. Next is Zero Caliber 2. Now, this was genuinely fun to shoot, but the movement and the reloading just wasn't fun to me. Same core issue. The gameplay is built around a normal 2-controller setup, but is not mapped cleanly into a single pistol. Now, you can do loadouts in Zero Caliber 2 and just do like pistol-only loadouts, and they do have controller offsets in-game, which helped a lot, but it just wasn't a clean experience, especially with the reload and stuff like that. I wasn't impressed. Next is Aim Assault, the demo. Now this one just did not work. I tried every Steam VR controller binder setting I could think of, and I could not get the pistol to function in it. So full stop, it just did not play. And I have heard that this pistol just doesn't work with some games, so you've been warned. And lastly is Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, aka H3 VR, the gun sandbox game everyone wants to try this kind of thing with. Ironically, this was my first time playing this one also. Now, I couldn't do much because it had to do a lot of reworking a ton of buttons, and honestly, I gave up just out of frustration. And I was like, I'm not doing that. The gun just wouldn't fire properly, and I could not grip the weapon. I hate the fact that the controller is mounted above it, so it's like, it's just weird, man. Big disappointment, because this is exactly the type of game you want a haptic pistol in. So that's the spread, guys. 1 perfect game, 2 that are fun to shoot but compromised a bit, and 2 that just flat out did not work out for me. And almost every single problem traces back to the same 2 root causes. Let me explain. Problem number 1 is that it is 1 controller with 3 buttons, and 3 buttons just isn't enough. When you're holding the M17 in your right hand, you literally lose everything that the right controller does, and that hurts you more than you would think. You can't turn with the right stick, which feels terrible in a game that expects snap turn or smooth movement. There's no grip button, so any game that needs you to actually grab, climb, or hold something with the right hand, you're pretty much stuck. The slide is functionally useless in a lot of modern VR games because they want you to rack with the other controller, because I mean, most people like the interactivity, but there's no auto rack or anything like that, or auto reload. So it's just kind of a cool feature that sits there doing really nothing in most games that don't have auto reload. And the whole time you're just mashing these 3 buttons trying to cover what you're used to on a full controller with the inputs, and most of the time there's going to be used for actual shooting, reloading, and stuff like that, so even less buttons. It also really needs separate fire modes. Like, give me a button to switch between semi, burst, and full auto for different weapons. Like, I had a auto pistol, when it only clicks 1 time, it feels kind of weird. That alone will open up so many more opportunities and so many different games that have different types of pistols. Problem number 2, and this is the big one, is the software, or really the lack of it. There is no customization navigation, no app to remap buttons, no per game profiles, no proper binding tool of its own, literally nothing. You just download a driver from the site and then you restart your computer and that's it. You are leaning entirely on SteamVR's bonding system and whatever game it just happens to, support. For a device this good in the hand, the lack of software genuinely kills a lot of potential. And these are things that if WonderFitter actually fixed them would probably change my entire score. And I don't want to leave you guys thinking it's just a terrible product all around, because it's not. Outside of PCVR, the M17 is just a kind of easier recommendation. The TV mode and the mobile mode, which you're doing shooting lab drills and the structured practice, that's where like the kind of jump in experience lives. You're not fighting SteamVR bonding, you just shoot for dry fire practice or casual training at home. And I want to be fair to where this lineup has come from. Compared to the older pistol they had, this is a big step up. The frame is more agile, the recoil is more motor driven instead of the blowback, and it's just a stronger feedback and just a better trigger pull. WonderFitter is clearly improving generation over generation, and you can feel it, but they definitely have some more way to go. So to make a long story short, the verdict is, it's fun when it works, and when it does work, it's some of the most fun I've had in VR in a while, full stop. But it desperately needs software, and it needs more buttons or smarter input handling for the PCVR to really be good. I would say buy this if you want a TV and mobile training side, the dry fire practice, the kind of at-home range feel, and it's an easy yes. I mean, the gun is very good in terms of what it does right, and that recoil is really fire. If you're a VR shooter fan who mostly plays arcade style games, or even a person who has a VR treadmill, then I think you might like this more than the average person who probably doesn't. But if you're a hardcore PC VR player who wants to drop into full games like Alex or H3 VR and have everything work, I would definitely temper your expectations, or honestly wait for software updates or even hardware updates before you pull the trigger. The hardware is already there, mostly kinda. The software is not yet. Now, if this video helped you guys decide, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe, hype the video. It genuinely helps the channel a lot. I will drop my links below and a code if you want to get it. And if WonderFitter ships a software update, anything like that, I will definitely come back and re-review it and test it out to let you guys know. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. Also, make sure you check out my Virtuix Omni 1 video for the Meta Quest. If you're on standalone, then the Virtuix Omni 1 now works with that. So check that video out. And we have a lot more reviews coming for the channel, guys. And just remember, the MartydudeVR comes to dude with a VR headset. Peace.